but it's a very 50-50 fight.
Yeah.
I mean, it could go either way.
Honestly,
It's not black and white, man. It's not a black and white thing. It's very, very grey. Klitschko was looking lean, meaty, arms looking dense. He's looking in shape, man. He's
always.
He's ready, man.
Didn't get a good reception though today.
But that's expected, to be honest with you. Yeah.
Home crowd, isn't it?
Yeah, definitely.
You know, they're supporting the home boy, and they just want him to win. They don't care how he wins as long as he wins.
Trust me.
Yeah, that's it.
So what do you not think about Anthony Joshua in there? Because a lot of people were saying like there was like some psychological games being played here. You know, if he's not watched like the build up. What do you not think?
I think
he must have delayed his build up. You see, what's his name, Klitschko? He must have, delayed Joshua by 20 minutes or something. So he's already started his mind games. But I don't like Joshua said himself. He doesn't really care about that. He's prepared already for the game. The respect goes out when he steps in the ring. I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, I was watching.
I don't think he's gonna be scared.
What was the program called? Where they face off.
Gloves are off.
Gloves are off. That's it. The gloves are off. And obviously, that's recorded a few months ago, and I saw that Joshua looked quite tense there. Vladimir seemed to be in control of the situation and that kind of stuff. However, I see that as time has gone by, Joshua seems to be more and more confident in his abilities, and now he's saying that, he's ready to fight basically. So whilst he respects Klitschko and what he's done for the sport, I think he's more than ready to take the fight to him now. As you said, look, once the leather hits his face, that's it. The respect's gone out the window. It's all about fight, and it's all about fight time. So I don't think that will necessarily affect him. But the thing is, I think that in terms of respect, I think it might make Vladimir more confident because, as Fury says, that Vladimir's a bit of a perhaps control freak, some people say. So he likes to be in control of the situation a lot of the time. Even if you go back to his days, I know I'm going a bit long and stuff, but like when he was like fighting in Germany, he always likes the gloves to be a certain way, the rings to be a certain way, the judges, the allowing the clinches, all that kind of stuff, because that's gone out the window now.
Okay, that's gone out the window.
The refs have basically said
points will get deducted.
Points will get deducted immediately if he tries the jab and grab style, which is a huge part of his game. So now that's even more of a reason why Joshua can take this fight, I believe. But obviously Joshua, he's more. He doesn't really play the mind games, and therefore Vladimir feels probably a bit more comfortable around him compared to say someone like Fury. That could be bad in a way as well for Joshua, because if Vladimir feels in control, then it could be bad as well. So
cool. Yeah. So what do you not think about Anthony Joshua? Like, do you think that he's bought into this game, or is he completely relaxed now? And do you reckon he'll get this win? Who do you think is going to win this fight?
I think Anthony.
Honestly,
it's not black and white, man. It's not a black and white thing. It's very, very grey. It's very grey, man. It depends. First few rounds, you got to test the waters. You can't just dive in. You might have to tap your little pinky toe in there, man. You got to test the waters, see what it's like, and I think they're going to do that. See what style Vladimir, because Vladimir, we were saying the other day, back in the day, Vladimir used to fight like Joshua.
Yeah.
He don't fight like that anymore.
Yeah.
So we really need to see what style is he going to come with. What's he really
gonna try
to bring, man?
Try to tame him.
The thing is, look,
that's what I think.
Emmanuel Stewart was no fool. I mean, he changed Vladimir's style for the better. I mean, if you look at Anthony Joshua's style, it's very similar to the early Klitschko, as we said. What Klitschko used to do, and this is what I fear about Joshua perhaps, is that if someone can survive his early onslaught, then perhaps Joshua might punch himself out. Because that was something that Vladimir had a problem with earlier. I mean, he had 24 knockouts in a row. I don't know if you look at his record, 24 KOs right in a row, or 24 stoppages. So he was looking like a machine, just like Joshua is right now. However, once some people started surviving the early onslaught, they realised that Vladimir would punch himself out, and that's when he would get TKO'd and stuff. So, obviously Emmanuel Stewart saw that and probably made Vladimir change his style to a more conservative style, so he could box the full 12 rounds. With Joshua, we've seen that he hasn't, gone past many rounds yet. So, if he is too aggressive, that might lead to him perhaps punching himself out. So, that could be a risk in a sense as well. But at the same time, we know that Vladimir is susceptible to getting hit in the chin a lot. Sorry, not a lot, but when he does get hit in the chin, he doesn't react very well. He kind of panics a bit. So that could definitely play in Anthony's favour as well. I also feel that Anthony's a much better insider fighter compared to Vladimir. Vladimir likes to keep it like kind of long distance, long range. His jab is excellent, his left hook's excellent, his right hand's excellent, better than Joshua's. All three punches are better than Joshua's. He's got the experience as well. However, I mean, the cons on Vladimir's side is obviously the inactivity, age,
2015.
I mean, it's been a while. I mean, and yeah, he's coming off a loss as well. That could be a good thing though. I mean, it could have rekindled the flame. Just like Lennox, when he got knocked out, he came back and he beat Hasim Rahman in a rematch. So yeah, I mean, we'll see what happens on Saturday night, I guess. But it's a very 50-50 fight.
Yeah.
I mean, it could go either way. I think that if it's early, if the stoppage is early, I'd go more towards Joshua, just because of his aggressive nature. I mean, Vladimir tends to be more cautious when he fights in the ring. Anthony seems to be a bit more ruthless. So, yeah, I think that if it's early, I think that it'd be probably from Joshua catching Klitschko because of his aggressiveness.
It's just down to Joshua how he starts the game. You know, if he comes out all out attack and like you said, doesn't show respect, then I say it could be an early game for him. You know,
Yeah, can I just
win or something.
Yeah, sorry, can I just add another thing? The thing is, obviously, just like Vlad's early style, Joshua is really aggressive, and that could work for him or against him. Because it could work for him, because if he lands a shot, then obviously like he could finish the fight there and then, really early, which is fantastic. However, as I said, it could lead to punching out, which is one thing. But another thing is that it could also leave him open to counter punches by Klitschko. And Joshua said he's willing to take hits to give some back. But with Vladimir, he's got like that one punch KO power. If he takes a shot, then that could be one too many, and that's it. So, you know,
he's a bit of a stiff guy though, Joshua.
Yeah.
And I think that's I was watching Fury Vlad last night, and I feel that a lot of fans, I don't even call them fans, I call them people that just watch one fight and then they make a judgment of someone. They've been saying that AJ's bound to win because Fury beat him.
No.
When you look at Fury is a unique fighter. He doesn't even have a stance, first of all. Straight wild.
Yeah.
Fury, when you look at his movement, it's very similar to Ali. Jabs, swings his legs. His movement is very awkward. Very awkward movement.
It's true.
AJ's not like that. AJ's more
Straight lines.
straight lined. He's not really a mover. The head doesn't move around too much.
Yeah.
And I think if he really is going to get the KO or really going to win on the points, for me, it would require more movement like Fury gave.
Yeah. But AJ's already said he isn't Tyson Fury. He's not going to box Vladimir the way Tyson Fury did. That's different. I think Tyson Fury won that fight because obviously mind games, first of all.
Definitely.
Secondly, he mentally destroyed him before he got into the ring.
Yeah.
He fainted so much. I mean, I think Tyson Fury doesn't get the credit he deserves in my opinion.
No way.
That performance was fantastic. He would feint so much. He would switch from orthodox to southpaw. His foot movement, his jabs. He was out jabbing Klitschko at some points as well. I mean, there's not many people there's no one actually that can box like that.
Have his hands behind his back.
Exactly, hands behind. I mean, the confidence. the confidence.
Yeah,
I mean, look. I mean, who would do that against Vlad as well, man? Vlad. I mean, all it requires is just one punch and that's it. But I mean, that's the heavyweight division in general, I guess. But yeah.
All I'm gonna say is this: the heavyweight division right now is at a place that it has never been. You got AJ, you got Wilder, you've got Huey, you've got Parker, you've got Briggs,
Shannon Briggs, you know, yeah.
you got Chisora, you got. Listen, man, this division, especially in Britain, it's never been like this, man.
It's never been like this.
I'm
in
excited
Britain.
for British boxing in particular, man. We got some good prospects. Man, like Lawrence, you know.
Yeah, that's it.
We just met him as well.
Yeah, man.
You got other up and comers. You got Huey Fury. You got
Dave
Daniel
Allen.
Dubois, Dave Allen. I mean, you got a bunch of talent coming up as well. So I think the future's looking quite exciting as well.
Man.
I was in between Ali and Fury style. I was actually thinking I was thinking about it deeply as well, actually, and I was thinking there's more than just their style that they have in common. If you realise, like, I know to a lesser extent, obviously not as extreme, like Ali went through a lot. I mean, Ali, he stepped down from the Vietnam War.
Yep.
He got all his titles stripped off him.
Willing
went
to
to
give
jail.
the gold medal.
Went to jail. But the same way, Tyson Fury is overcoming his own issues, the mental issues, cocaine addiction, all that kind of stuff, and that's led to him for his titles being stripped as well. Also, I think that Muhammad Ali, he stood up for what he thought was right as well.
Yeah.
So, like, obviously there was a lot of racism
Civil rights movement days.
Going towards black people during them day, and he stood up and he would say what he felt was right. Same way Tyson Fury, I don't know if some people might agree or disagree, but he feels that obviously the gypsy community are having the same issues or discrimination against them, so he's standing up for them as well in a sense. So he's acting as spokesman. Even at the press conferences, there's a lot of entertainment from Ali. Same way Fury's giving a lot of entertainment as well, trash talking his opponents, getting into their head, mentally beating them before they enter the ring. And that's why I feel that actually, even if Anthony goes through Vladimir Klitschko, I feel if Fury gets in shape and stuff, that could be like a
history.
History. See, just like Foreman and Ali, if you think about it, in a way, Anthony is kind of a modern version of Foreman. He's like he's got that mean streak going on. He's knocking everyone out in front of him. He looks the part. He's knocking everyone out, as I said before. Obviously, he's got that fear factor as well in him. But yeah, just how people doubted Ali, people are doubting Fury as well. And we should be careful that maybe history might repeat itself.
King Solomon, he said this: "There's nothing new under the sun."
Yeah.
There's nothing new. History's gonna repeat itself. Trust me, Gypsy King's coming back.
If you can get, honestly, I feel in terms of talent, I mean, AJ, look, at the end of the day, hard work beats talent every time. What if talent doesn't work? So Fury has the talent. He beat Klitschko, proven it. I mean, look, he doesn't really take boxing seriously. I mean, he takes 8-week camps to get into shape or whatever, or 12-week camps. I mean, he enters he's extremely obese when he enters camp, comes out, in shape, and then he goes and beats Vladimir Klitschko, who enters camp in shape. So it shows what kind of talent, and he was at the top of the chain for how long? I mean, a decade or so, and Fury beat him, entering camp in such shape. So I'm just thinking, based upon talent, he's probably is second to none, and if he can get his shit together, if he can take boxing seriously, if he can stay in shape 24/7, then the sky's the limit for him. I mean, I don't think anyone can beat Fury then. However, I think Fury's own problem is himself, and I think that will lead to his downfall. And AJ, I mean, if you look at him, he's the polar opposite. He keeps discipline the whole time round, in shape all year round. He's working hard, he's trying to get better, while Fury's, I don't know, fucking around, doing whatever, drinking. It's not going to do him any good, is it? So I don't know, that's another one for the future. I mean, if they were to fight, I don't know what would happen, because it just depends on how much AJ improves and how much Tyson is willing to get rid of his own ways. I mean,
In terms of Joshua and Klitschko, we all know Klitschko is a boring fighter. He's not a fighter, he's just a boring guy. Jab, jab, hug. Jab, jab, hug. We don't want to see that.
Yeah.
So I'm calling on Joshua, if he's going to see this now. Basically, it's his game. He needs to come out all out attack. You can't let him run, but he's got to be smart as well. So just do it for us and knock him out as well. That's what I'm going to say.
No parking the bus, man. We don't. We don't want parking the bus.
No, I think that that's a fair comment, but I think you shouldn't go all out straight away. He's got to feel Klitschko out, try and figure him out for a couple of rounds, then start, throwing the shots, because. Obviously, if he tries going all out at the beginning, it could get countered. It could be night from there. So,
We're just hoping for a good game, man. It's a good fight. I'm rooting for Joshua myself. Local boy, but I don't know what.
Look, there's two perspectives. I mean, on one hand, I really want Joshua.
Legacy,
I mean, he's British.
Young.
He's fresh. He's young. He's humble as well. I mean, he always remembers where he's from. That's something I really like about him. He's a people's champ as well.
Yeah.
He's more than willing to, give the fans whatever they want as well. And that's something I really appreciate. So on that aspect, obviously you've got to root for Joshua in a way. But then, in the other way as well, you have to understand, like, obviously Vlad's legacy, what he's done for the sport, that kind of stuff. I think people underlook it because he was perhaps in like a boring era. I mean, look, let's make no mistake about it. Vlad is talented enough that if he was to enter any era, he would do very, very well. I mean, look, they used to call George Foreman big. You put George Foreman next to Vladimir Klitschko, and he's small.
See it.
Yeah? And Vladimir Klitschko, and we all know, like, Vladimir Klitschko is a better athlete. Punches much better than George Foreman as well. So his punch variety is better. He's a better skilled boxer. He's better on the feet. He could survive in Ali's era as well, man. He could survive in the 90s as well.
Therefore.
I mean, I think Vladimir Klitschko doesn't get the respect he deserves. So in that aspect as well, it would be nice in a way if he could get a win against AJ and perhaps maybe unify the titles. I mean, it'd be a nice way to top off a legacy as well. So in that aspect, I can understand why you'd want to root for Vlad as well. So yeah.
Cool man. Love the flipping, the amount of the depth that you went into. Like,
I mean, I'm a deep thinker.
We've been talking literally since last week.
It's proper.
Guys, this is it, man. Fight Fan Corner. There's no platform. There's no YouTube channel that's given a platform for the fans to speak. When? Show me one now. So big up to these guys, what they're doing, giving the fans a platform to speak on, showing different personalities, different understandings of the sport. And yeah, man, subscribe to this Fight Fan Corner. I love what they're doing, and big up always.
Subscribe, guys.